And we are back with our second series of the night. It's week 9 and the final week before the at least tiebreakers for the semi-finals. And all the teams tonight have a lot on their plates. They really, really need these games to make sure that they make it to those semi-finals now. And right now we have the Orniston College Redbacks versus Bass High School. And this one's going to be another tense one because we've got both teams here with an even 5 wins across the board.
Yeah, even 5 wins here. That means, well, in the grand scheme of things, we have if it, they're both locked into fourth, or currently stuck in fourth place tied at the moment here, as teams do enter the field now. It looks like it will be Bass High School with the one-man deficit here. We know that Dana Cucumber and Cheese McGee are decent players, but are they good enough to fight with a one-man deficit? We'll find out through the series, but it's pretty much do or die for him here. If they lose this, they're out of playoff contention. Simple as that. And well, if they win, they're going to be heading into tiebreakers as Fanny Cucumber looks for the early goal. Won't be able to here. Batrix getting the save this time around. Fanny Cucumber keeps the ball on attack here. Allows Cheese McGee just to get a few pads up here. Will be nice for his boost numbers as he comes in and, well, 3 players with that hit. Batrix eventually picks it up and will pass on to Orla Garden, who clears it away. That is on target, and Cheese McGee can't save a first goal to OC.
Yeah, I'm actually curious as to what would have happened had Cheese not made a touch on that, because you can see there Vaney getting right underneath it. He might have been able to find that crossbar, but don't blame them for that touch, because there is not a lot of room for error there, and it was going badly. There's a kickoff goal, though, for the side there of Orniston. Of Bass High School, and man, that's quite a way to even that game. I have to say, Vaney has shown up multiple times as a player of note, but it's Cheese McGee who shows up with the first goal for the team now.
That was a nice kick goal as well. Just placed it in pretty much an undefendable spot as he picks it up again, tries to carry it out, won't be able to, but he will get the ball to Vaney Cucumber, and he actually has a 50-50 to work with, but All Garden goes high, and that is the right call for him now. Yeah, I mean, these kickoffs are going to be oh so crucial for Bass now, especially considering that they pretty much need to put the ball into attack immediately, or they might just get stuck in defense here. So even just getting that width of opportunity might just be beneficial for him early on. Well, they've been able to equalise, but now they're stuck on defense here. Now, you can successfully defense with 2 players. It's just how do you transition out? And well, Vanny Cucumber shows you how. You just immediately catch them while they're going for boost. He picks up 100 pad immediately, and well, thanks to that, he gets a goal and the lead.
And that's exactly why I was saying that Vaney Cucumber is such a player to watch right now. I mean, his mechanics are pretty incredible. That was a great little scoop he made there, and while it looks fairly basic, it's a very hard play to pull off. Now I'm starting to wonder, because they're up. We might be seeing 2 weeks in a row of 2v3s won by the 2-player team. It's definitely a possibility coming out right now.
Yeah, it is indeed, but Ormiston nearly gets the reply for Vaney Cucumber. Massive save as well. That is a demo and a half. Look at that, 2 for Cheese McGee. That is some pretty impressive stuff. We'll just delay the attack for the moment, but immediately, just like that, Ormiston are back on the play here, but Cheese McGee gets it out and will force a reset. So he's going huge here early on. Cheese McGee getting that kickoff goal and then getting a fair few demos as well. He's the only man left for the moment. He's going to go for attack. It actually works out. Keeps him on the midfield. Rinkaroo just has a bit of a miss onto the ball there, but he will carry it through into the center. Gets it to a teammate, but Batrix will send it wide.
This is going to come downfield. She's absolutely smashing it, but it's going to be just out of reach across the goal front, though, with no real danger. Rinkaroo going to get a good touch out there. Now we need to see Orniston finding each other. I mean, there's big pass outs, but nobody to take them, and they're not they're just a little bit afraid to really commit on each other's passes, and this is the game where they have to be able to do that. I mean, you're in a 2v3 situation here. If you can't take the opportunity to send two people upfield and make sure you take those passes here, you're not going to be able to do it.
Yeah, indeed, especially when you just seem to be losing the ball very often as well. But, I mean, if you're Bass right now, this is actually looking pretty darn good for them at the moment. They've got the 1-goal lead, and they're not really attacking, but they're doing enough to just continually stifle Ormston here. They pretty much know what they have to do in it with their positions here, but eventually they will get caught out. Batrix will get the goal. Look at the replay here. Danny Cucumber, he had the right idea, but he went for the 100 boost instead of the ball. He sort of had to go for the boost, but that just opened it up, especially with his teammate in the midfield. An open net, an open chance, an open goal for Batrix, and we're tied back up.
And it's exactly what I was saying. The moment that one of those passes connects, that's it for the Bass side. I mean, with two players, you can only read so much going on field. You literally do not have the positioning available to do anything else. And when you start getting out good passing plays and pulling them out of position, be able to take a shot and make another one,
Ooh.
you make it hard for them, but that's not hard enough. And Shees McGee available to read that off the post and take another one.
Yeah, Vaney Cucumber, he gets bumped away, but that distraction opens it up for Cheese McKee on that far side of the net. Was pretty much unmarked, able to come through, and well, they were so focused on the Cucumber that they didn't see the Cheese coming through, and yeah, that's going to reopen up that lead here for Baz. But now can they hold on for the final minute? The positioning is going to be so crucial here, but they're immediately going on to attack here. Vaney Cucumber pops it on high. Cheese McGee, hard call to go for. He half commits, and that is probably a bad call here, but somehow they continue to miss Ormston. Third time's a charm. No, it's not. Oh, that should have been a goal for him. That should have been an equaliser. But now Vanny Cucumber, he's been able to put it onto their backboard. Cheese McGee sends it on to the other. 25 seconds remaining here. Bass might just be able to steal away game one.
Yeah, and that you got to feel for that. I mean, they really were under the gun. You can see them feeling that pressure, and right now they have to make a shot if they want to take game one out and send it to overtime at the very least. Now, running down the clock, though, good choices.
Oh, that's a steal.
That side, but the top bins, and what a goal to take this to overtime with 5 seconds left. That might just be enough to do it.
Might just be enough, or we might see an amazing kickoff goal here. We'll have to wait and see. All Garden, the perfect steal away. Cucumber thought he could just carry the ball out, but he got cruelly denied, and that brings on the equaliser and possibly a last gasp goal. It's open net, but with all the players going to the sky, just confused the Ormston boys, and they just couldn't finish off in regulation. Now overtime has started here. And well, it's going to be looking pretty good if you're a Bass fan at the moment because, well, I mean, they've been able to control the pace for a fair bit of the game here, and they're getting opportunities, and well, they get the final one. Cheese McGee gets perfectly set up by Vaney Cucumber, and the team with the man down, they pick up game one.
And it is well done by Bass as well, but it's going to be a tough game in general. For Ormiston there, they've really struggled to use the openness of the field with that player advantage to really dominate on positioning, and as a result, Bass has come through so strongly.
Yeah, they have. I mean, I've always thought Bass has been one of the better teams in the New South Wales region from what we've seen on stream. So. Yeah, the positioning has been good, but it's really lifted today just because they've had to play with that man down. I mean, they did get caught out a few times, but always in scenarios where they had that extra man. If it was a 3v3, that goal probably doesn't go through or whatnot. So, yeah, it's been really good stuff from Bass so far. Ormiston, they've been doing alright as well, but yeah, not being able to capitalise with that one-man advantage, definitely not a good sign heading into game two.
Yeah, gotta say, as much as I've been talking a lot about Vaney, Cheese has been putting in every bit of, as much of the effort. That's a bit of a misplay there, though, and Rinkaroo gonna take the first one out, and that's a very crucial first goal.
Yeah, very important first goal to get here for Rinkaroo. Shinsuke trying to get to it, but was unable to get the save off in time. And that's just going to give Ormiston that early lead that they so desperately need. Vaney Cucumber now just gets an alright kickoff here, but it's going to have to leave it to his teammate. But Rinkaroo throws out the first one. Can he throw out the second? No, he can't. Cucumber just pops it up high. Double commit comes through, and that will lead to a missed opportunity. And this could just allow the side of Bass to clear out here, but Cheese McGee having to take very divertive action there just to avoid crashing into his teammate. So an opportunity to clear out was just denied.
I gotta say, I do respect that, though. Good communication. They didn't double commit on it in the end, and one of them was able to stay and maintain positioning and rotation. That's a very crucial thing in a 2v3. I mean, you have to use your positioning as well as humanly possible if you want to nullify the advantage that the opponents have with their positioning. I mean, they have more of the field covered at all times than you do, or at least they should. It hasn't been the case so far for the Redbacks, but you know, they have been doing well this game at the very least. They've been able to get that early goal out, and now they're keeping that lead as well. And that's been a big difference, and Rinkaroo might be able to take one more. The save is brilliant from Vaney Cucumber, but another shot will finish it off by Olive Garden.
Yeah, perfect save there on the first attempt by Vaney Cucumber. Just unable to get to the line in time to go for a forward-moving save. Pretty much forced to jump on the line, and he was just a touch too far back to save that one. So, unfortunate stuff there for Cucumber after what was an impressive save first off, but will mean that his team now falls to a 2-0 deficit here, and Ormiston starting to really find their groove here after losing the first game. Might make it a 3-0, but the double commit will see him lose opportunity. Vaney Cucumber might look to put one more back. He finds the backboard, and his teammate's just behind the opponent. Unfortunate stuff there for Bass.
Beautiful clear, though, straight back off the back of that defender, and that's a very hard save to make. So unbelievably good touch there to make that happen. We're almost turned it into a counter-attack and an open net, but unfortunately nobody quite fast enough to make it happen. But it is still pressure as it comes closer. That's off the backboard and shot for Rinkaroo as well, but it's not going to be enough for Batriax to be able to finish that off just yet. He was available, and still the attack goes on as Vaney clears across the net. Really good defense, you have to say, out of Bass so far, but that one-player advantage just proving too much for them right now as they finally get a good center. A bump comes through as well, but Cheese misses the mark and hits that post. Now the counter-attack is on, and it's going to be a 3-goal lead courtesy of Olive Garden.
That was an all-in attempt. It was a very good attempt as well, but they sent it a little bit too wide, and well, when you all in like that, you pretty much give yourself up to a counter attack as soon as the ball has lost your control, and well, it happened pretty much there as in a textbook. So yeah, for Bass, they had the right idea. They sort of have to go for the play, but just didn't work out for him here. It was a perfect setup, but just sending it a little wide has cost them dearly here. Probably game 2 out of their reach now, so they're going to have to find into game number 3 here to see if they can make it to the tiebreakers next week. But at the moment, if Ormiston continue to play like this for the next 7 or so minutes, it could be courtesy for Bass.
Good defense there from Rinkaroo as well. Got that as he came back down from the backboard, and another counter-attack, but that pinch is going to go the wrong direction and probably get picked up by Vaney. Yes, it will change hands to Bass for possession here. I have to say, Olive Garden was a name that didn't really pop up as prominent in Game 1, but man, he is breadsticking it to them now as Batriax blocks away Vaney. The shot coming out again, but they are desperate for a goal here. Down by 3 points. A demo comes out. Olive Garden is going to breadstick it to them one more time as it comes out with a 4th goal.
Yeah, and a nice 4th goal as well. Just put so much pressure on their opponents. Cheese McGee just a little bit out of position, and that opens it up for the ball in the center. 4-0 now. Game 2. Auburn in the back of Ormiston as we go for another kickoff here. And while Bass are now starting to really feel about missing that final man here, a lot of plays where they just had it, even if he was just staying on the goal line, probably would have meant that this game is a lot closer, or maybe they even have the lead. But just to show you what one. But as soon as your opponents are in a tempo, it's awfully hard to come back from that.
Yeah, and this is yet another game like our first series where it's taken the losing game of first game a while to warm up. Obviously, we didn't actually see the team that warmed up eventually come out with the win last time, but this time around it looks like even with that great turn there, really well-used situation by Veiny Cucumber here, and she's making a goal out of that, it looks like it still might be too much. 3 goals down, they're going to have to make every 10 seconds here to take this back to an even game.
Yeah, and that seems all but impossible, unfortunately, for him as time ticks down into the final fleeting moments of game number 2. They fought well here at Bass, but yeah, they've just unfortunately lacked that man to play third, and well, it's cost them at the end here. No fault of their own, obviously, but it's just the cards they've been dealt, and well, they've tried the best with what they can do with the best. So that's actually a pretty good touch there from Veiny. It's a shame it won't lead to another goal as time ticks down for the 1 win here for Ormiston, but yeah, they definitely lifted the Redbacks, and well, it led to him getting a win here, but yeah, just took a little bit too long for them to warm up in game 1, and well, that's why we're more than likely heading into a game 3.
But that's this is exactly like what you're talking about. This is where you see that difference between a 2-man team and a 3-man team. As skilled as Veiny and Shees are, as well as they even work together, they cannot cover as much as the field. And Ormiston College were able to bring that into their gameplay this game. We didn't see enough of it the first game. They weren't able to dominate enough of the field, even though they had the player advantage to do that. This game, they came in and did that hard, and it was a very tough game for Bass as a result.
Yeah, now they're going to have to repeat the cheer in game number 3. Repeat what they did in game number 1 if they want to have any chance of progressing tiebreakers. Will be awfully hard, but they do have a chance as time ticks down for this third and final, the regular season for these teams. And well, it's a pretty even start, but that's a good clear from Veiny Cucumber. Might open it up if Cheesy McGee was where Olive Garden was. Cucumber just putting it into the corner right now. Cheesy McGee comes through, gets the center. Veiny Cucumber comes in from the midfield, patiently waits the ball, works out well, gets the center. Cheesy McGee goes for it, but he's unable to get the touch. Veiny, though, already on the rotation back, so it won't be low. That attack to work out this time, as he still sends off an attempt but will go wide.
Yeah, that little bump coming out just as he made contact did throw it wide as well, and otherwise I think that actually might have been a shot on target and a goal out of it. Veiny there, but Olive Garden is going to take that away. Rinkaroo will take it and make sure that's secure. That extra touch was needed as the defense got back barely in time, but got it past him, and it's another good start here in the third game for Ormiston College.
Yes, a good start for them, but they were under pressure for the most part. Goal mostly came from the counter-attack. And well, this is what goes to what I was saying earlier in game 1, when you allow your opponents to really dominate, especially when they're 2v3, opportunities will quickly pop up, and just like that, an immediate response comes out from Cheese McGee and Veiny Cucumber. Well set up there to get the goal. Pretty much snug next to Olive Garden. The equalizer quickly comes out.
Yeah, and that's a beautiful example of how you use 2 players to cover as much pitch as possible, and brilliantly done. Batrak's actually making a great decision to stay back there as the kickoff does lead back to them. What a touch from Veiny, though. A beautiful read, all the air rolls in the world, and he will find top bins with that redirect. That's beautiful spike straight down into goal.
Well, that was some pure freestyle mechanics there, and it worked off a treat for him there. Gets the lead for his team, and now almost in it back to where they were in game one. With denied possession, and they were really struggling to fight against this weakened team of Bass. And while Bass, they're starting to control tempo a bit more here, and possession to boot, and it's not really good for Ormiston. They really need to find a goal sooner rather than later, or their opponents might just be able to sneak away with it yet again. Veiny Cucumber, speaking of which, he's been unmarked, and he takes it straight to the wall. He's going to get a second chance here, but he's just a few meters out of position to go for that knee breaker turn, but it doesn't matter. Brings it to the wall, drops it down to Cheese McGee, and he'll finish it off. 2-goal lead back to Bass.
Yeah, and Bass doing incredibly well here. They just work together so well. And this is an amazing display. I mean, that last goal from Veiny even, you have to say that's going to be up there for one of the best solo plays of the entire season so far. And yet this is out of a team that's currently equal fourth. What a save out of Olive Garden off of another banger of a shot. Veiny Cucumber now back in defense and has to do something good with this. Is going to carry that out really well and maybe even turn this himself. And Rinkaroo gets the demo on him. It'll make it past the second defender, and Veiny respawns just in time.
Yeah, that was awfully close there to going in. This one as well, but Batrix just sends it a bit too wide. Olive Garden loses control, allows Veiny Cucumber to extend out a boom and clear, forces Batrix to go up for a save as we hit the halfway point of this decider. And well, we're just seeing Bass now playing a little bit deeper in their own field here. That is such an unfortunate touch. And that makes Ormiston's life so much harder. 3-goal deficit now to work with here. And with the way Bass are playing at the moment, this game could have been turned on its head, and now it's Ormiston looking likely to be the team that might get knocked out in the regular season.
I mean, as much as, like, second game was so good by Ormiston, but it also makes you want, it almost makes you want that this is, you know, bad luck. But quite honestly, we're seeing Bass really pick up their game. I mean, they are doing unbelievably well at making sure they're in position, just finding each other. And a mistake like that, yeah, it's going to put them in a bad spot, but I don't see many teams in the competition beating plays of this quality consistently. That should have been a goal, though, to bring them one closer, and it's a big missed opportunity by Honest.
And stuff like that can really break the Camel's back as we enter the 5 seconds now, and Veiny Cucumber just lines it up, but he goes against the play, just a bit too far back to read his teammates set up there. Olive Garden now just puts the ball into the wall, but that opens it up perfectly for Cheesy McGee. Second time around, he'll send it into the other side of the net, and well, surprise, surprise here, Gexa, after what we saw in game 2, Bass are now the team that had full control of the game, and they might have just fought their way into tiebreakers with a man down.
Yeah, full control is right. This is quite the decisive victory coming out here from them at the moment after a second game that didn't go so well for them. This is an absolutely massive, like a monumental achievement to come back this strongly. I mean, it's really a huge effort out of them.
It is indeed. Rinkaroo, though, he gets a goal. And, well, that could just open it up for Ormiston here. 3 goals, a minute 5 remaining, 65 seconds. It's possible. They will have to score about once every 21 seconds or so. But it is reasonable to think they might do it here. Veiny Cucumber has to get a good save early, but the ball just gets popped up high into an ungoalable position. Cheese McGee tries to carry it out, but doesn't have pace to do it. Veiny Cucumber, that's a bad miss there, but luckily Cheese McGee will quickly find himself into the net for protection, and now Veiny Cucumber, he's off on a break here. He's looking to find the nail in the coffin. Won't be able to this time around. Patrick's able to just clear it away, but the time continues to tick down here. They need to score once every 11 seconds now to Ormiston to have any hope of bringing this back to a tie situation, but as we enter the final 30 seconds, Bass continue to control the pace, control possession, and that could just be enough for him to get the win here.
with all of the advantage on their side on pitch and nothing to lose at this point, still Ornison are struggling to send 2 players at the ball when it's upfield. That miss should have been able to be used as a pass if they were just using their positions on field. There will be one to take home with them, but unfortunately it's just been a control of pitch issue for them the entire game, and as a result, Bass have been able to use their own positioning so perfectly, find each other so well, that this game is all but over.
Indeed, here, unless they get some amazing mechanics, but won't happen this time around. Time ticks down, and that will be the game. And well, for Bass, it's an unbelievable victory here. They should have been knocked out of tiebreakers, being a man down, but they fought back absolutely amazingly, and they defeat the full complement of Ormston College Redbacks red side, and well, for them, they are now knocked out of the New South Wales Queensland region.
And I have to say, coming from equal 4th right now, alongside a lot of other teams, may I add, this is a team that might be underestimated by some of the top teams that they're going to be able to come up against if they win the next tiebreaker. And that is an enormous asset to them. But if you're listening, the other teams out there, take these guys seriously. Particularly if they find a 3rd, this team is a huge threat to you.
Indeed. So, just a reference, that will make I'll give Obama a record of 6-3 overall in the season. That should be enough for tiebreakers, but that will be enough for tiebreakers. Actually, as 3rd place team, Caringbah has 6 wins as well. So you never know. This could actually be a tiebreaker for 3rd and 4th, depending on how that game goes. But for now, it's a tiebreaker for 4th, as we do have one more thing to do before we go to another break. It's going to be our MVP, and well, I think it's another unanimous call here, Gex.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I don't think that there was ever a choice here. I mean, there's the teamwork between both players there on Bass' side was outstanding, but the man who is everywhere, the man who was consistent and never let anything past him, it was always going to be Vanny Cucumber. Is the man with the least mature name in the competition, but his playing is one of the most mature. So congratulations to him. It's got to be him for MVP.
Indeed. I mean, it was good stuff for him, and it's a fitting way for them to end the regular season.
Yeah, and so we will be seeing some of these teams again next week for the tiebreakers. That'll be any teams who are on the verge of out there, who are even with other teams finding their place there, making sure that 3rd and 4th place are secure. Most of the regions have their 1st and 2nd locked in, but we will have to wait till next week to do that. But don't go anywhere, because we still have one series left tonight to make sure we see exactly who is going to be where. We will be back in at 7 o'clock, so stick around and we will see you then.